All right, friends, it's T, and I'm back with another video. It's Q&A mon time, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna answer this. Whatever. For Clay at 3989. He writes, and you do not need structural damage to the muscle in order to receive myonuclei. You don't need structural damage, but then you say over here it needs some structural damage. What the hell are you talking about? So you do not need structural damage to the muscle in order to receive myonuclei to support muscle growth. Yeah, you need structural damage, bro. That satellite cell's quiescent. It needs to come out of quiescence and fuse, bind, and whatever stick with the muscle fibers, the cracks in the domes. I don't know what you're talking about. There are hormonal pathways that signal satellite cells to fuse with muscle without it receiving big amounts of damage. I like how you say big amounts of damage. You say it doesn't need structural damage, and then you say it needs. Then it says receiving big amounts without. Fuck, man, you don't know what you're talking about. This is the kind of stupidity I get in my channel, bro. Satellite cells not only have the function of repairing damage. We already know that. Yeah, it's in science, bro. They also support growth without muscle receiving. How do they grow on their own? How do they grow? How does a muscle cell grow on its own? Protein synthesis exceeds its breakdown. That's how. When you get these cells, if you get them, your muscle limit is therefore not dictated by MND size. I never said it was limited. The muscle size was limited. I said it was limited. It says there it's limited by it during hypertrophic process, like it says in science. Since it doesn't have anything to do with that, what it does, but not that what you're talking about. You're obviously making up stuff here. Why don't you bring out the literature? It is dictated by the myostatin gene. No, it's not. Myostatin regulates the satellite cell. That's why satellite cell is in quiescence. It says quiescent. And your muscle limit is only capped. There is no genetic limit to how fast you can build muscle. I never said there was. I didn't say how fast you can build muscle. Are you talking about sarcoplasmic muscle or myofibrillar growth? You don't even mention anything here. What type? What type of growth are you talking about? Therefore, we arrive at the same conclusion. Chronic lifting builds myofibrillar growth. Chronic lifting doesn't build myofibrillar growth. Man, you're stupid. A repair and a remodeling and the satellite cells, they build growth, and protein synthesis exceeds breakdown. That builds myofibrillar growth, okay? But you could go there and lift chronically in the gym. That's why all of you are not getting bigger. You could get sarcoplasmic. Go lift there and eat a bunch of fucking whatever. Is this based on your experience, or are you just fabricating this out of your brain? For more studies about how muscle damage is not necessary for myofibrillar growth, see the links in the pest bin I linked past time. I don't see any links, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. In case you didn't read last time, as a summary, MND size limit is nuclei specific, not muscle specific. I know it's nuclei specific during hypertrophic process. I posted that. What are you talking about? And nothing stops you from getting more myonuclei once every myonuclei already saturates their MND and don't need muscle damage to grow. Satellite cells not only repair, they are hormonal pathways that signal growth without signaling. Nah, man. Fuck. It's a kind of obvious. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go to your bigger thing you wrote here at the top. Ignoring the fact that they completely failed to reply to my comments on your video about MND size limit. I don't have to reply to your comments. I already mentioned them in all my videos, and I use actually real science to prove what I say. About MND size limit, I will further expand about the topic question here, which is are failing catastrophically to understand. I fail to catastrophically understand. Here, every untrained person in any sport gets this damage. It's ultra-structural. That's why I brought up the DOM section, part 1. First training satellite cell fusion. See that? It's fusing to the cracks and the domes. That damage, that ultra-structural damage to that fiber. And then it can't donate anymore. That's all. During this hypertrophic process, it's not donating any more myonuclei to that domain, okay? So now what do you have to do? You have to injure it, but it's very hard to injure, okay? You understand me? Now that you're coming in the gym, there's something called the repeated bout effect phenomenon, protecting muscle from any more damage, and it's hiding in type 1, okay? So you can go and read that yourself. I'm not going to bring up everything for you here, okay? I'm not responsible for you. But MND size has a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process, beyond which extra myonuclei donated by solid cell to support further muscle growth. That's right. That's what it is, okay? That's exactly what they're saying there. And then in this section here, it shows you trauma. It says trauma. Satellite cell is proliferating. What is it? Binding to? Injured fiber, like it says there. Injured fiber. Fusing to damaged fibers. That's how it fuses. See this? Fusing to produce new myofibers. Hyperplasia. See that? Regenerated fiber with central nuclei. That's how it works, broski. See? Yeah, that's how it works. Not the way you say it works. It works the way it works right there. See? Yeah, that's how it works. Well, you ain't getting damage because you got something called repeated bout effect phenomenon protecting muscle from any more damage. You got this. You got this protecting muscle from any more damage. See that? It's called repeated bout effect. You could look it up yourself, okay? I'm not going to do this. Isn't schooling hour. It's an adaptation process. It protects muscle from damage. Then you can go into this section here if you like. It's all up to you, really. I don't know. You could do whatever you want. You could go to this section too. It's called DOMS Part 1. And it'll explain to you what these damages are, okay? You need to educate yourself. There, DOMS, structural muscle injury, happens in unfamiliar forms, unaccustomed, untrained muscles. Get this damage, okay? And you can get more adaptations through lifting heavier weights because you're unfamiliar, unaccustomed to doing that. That's why steroid people lift heavy weights to try to create more damages, but you're not lifting heavy because you're not strong enough, okay? So what else are you going to tell me here? The myonuclear domain size limit does not tell how big a muscle can get. I know that. Protein synthesis does when it exceeds that breakdown, because those are cells. A myonuclei is a cellular, and this sarcoplasmic hypertrophy can expand the muscle fiber, the muscle, expand it. But it doesn't make you stronger because it's just fluid. A myonuclei is a cellular nuclei located, inside myofiber. We already know that. Actin, myosin. These are all proteins. We know about proteins. Whatever. As we know, each cell has a cytoplasm. Membrane. Okay. So that you know all these things. That's nice that you know all these things. Why don't you fucking go out and build some muscle then if you know so much stuff? Now, in the case of muscle cells, they are huge in size, various. The cytoplasm is used to operate all. It gets boring fucking answering these stupid fucking things that people write on the board like they know something. They have to write something that they know something. If you had a question, ask a question, but don't write me stupid shit. To operate all of the organelles inside, we already know about the organelles and everything. You can watch videos on it. Fuck. The big territory. What is this fucking education time? Myonuclei have a domain size limit. They do, which means they can only control up to a certain part of the cytoplasm, and therefore, that's right, it's limited. Yeah. MND size limit only tells you how big is the effective nuclei. Yeah, we already know all this, man. What is this? Solid cells not only donate their nuclei to repair a muscle to make it bigger. We know all this, man. This is fuck. But the best is the chronic part where he talks about chronic lifting. So you call chronic lifting still makes myofibular hypertrophy gains. I didn't say that. I said in a chronic lifter, it's possible that he could get an adaptation, okay? He can get a new adaptation. If he does something he's unfamiliar, unaccustomed, or untrained doing in that session, okay? Also, the MND size ceiling limit has been shown to easily vary with resistance training. Man, fuck, what is this shit? So you can grow even without support of more nuclei. No, you need nuclei to support growth, but you can grow without nuclei. I did a video on it. It's called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. You can grow without You can bypass myonuclear domain size limit without donating any extra nuclei to that domain by doing sarcoplasmic hypertrophy training. Okay, man? So there you go. This study supports, I mentioned, but whatever. This is all I say that I guess you're not watching all my videos. You watch one video and you think you know something. This is all I say that arguments are a result of reading the abstract papers, having background, whatever, man. This just gets boring, man, when people just, it's not that complicated. Oh, you don't have to complicate things. Then I think your last thing you wrote here, you wrote, in case you didn't read my last message as a summary, MND size limit is nuclei specific, not muscle specific. Oh, whatever, man. Take a fucking. Nothing stops you from getting more myonuclei. No, nothing stops you. Then go and get him. Go and get him. If nothing stops you from getting more nuclei, then why the fuck aren't you getting bigger? You idiot. Once every myonuclei already saturates their MND, you don't need muscle damage to grow. No, you don't need it? Then grow. Go grow. Yeah, I know you don't. You don't need muscle damage to grow. When you go lift chronically, you're gonna get sarcoplasmic muscles. You're gonna get the pump. Muscle cells not only repair, they are hormonal pathways. You have to repeat this like a million times already. They grow without significant damage. So there's still damage there. Okay, whatever. Hey, do you think that cells can only fuse if they are damaged? Did you finish high school? What? Wow, this guy is really, he's really dumb, man. I don't know. He's either dumb or just stupid. I'll see you in the next one. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe. These are the kind of people that you get that write these like, I used to have this. This was like Prophet Fear used to write me these things on my channel before and threatening me and would write me stupid stuff like that. That's why Prophet Fear hasn't gone anywhere in his channel, in his life. He's still stuck on the newbie gains. Or not even newbie gains. I don't know. He has no growth, zero growth in 7 years. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends. Who's bigger, me or them? See you in the next one. Ciao. Who would you follow, them or me? See you later.